a good weekend so far?
Yes.
Aha! Now we can see your lovely faces. Yeah, so this is, my name is Jeremy Lee, and I'm a voice actor and on-camera actor and a writer and such. And you are?
I'm Eric Mendez, and I am just voiceover, not a trifecta like Jeremy is, or I don't even know how many you named.
I don't know. Yeah, I feel like we've probably seen and met some of you guys yesterday.
Yeah.
So it's good to see you guys again. This is our Sailor Moon panel. However, you want to give our disclaimer?
Yeah.
We're not going to be mad if you guys want to ask questions that are not Sailor Moon related. We're not going to flip the table at you or anything. So feel free to ask what you want to ask. I guess since it is Sailor Moon, we should say who we play. I'm Sailor Venus in Sailor Moon.
I'm Sailor Uranus, and we're in the new dub.
Yes.
I know, I have a lot of people, I'm sure you do as well, that come up to me and they're like, oh my god, you were part of my childhood. And I'm like, no, I was 13 when that came out. There's no way.
Which is also exciting because I had someone that was like, it's so amazing. I always pictured the voice actor to be older when I was watching it as a kid, and you're so young. You're like the same age I am. I was like, thank you so much for your kindness.
I'm a vampire.
But yeah, I just don't age. I've been this way for 30 years. I was born 28. Just didn't age. I don't know. Yes. Do you guys have any questions? Yes.
In the movie Ribbit,
Yes.
did you get to meet with Sean Astin?
I did. I very briefly got to meet him. I recorded.
I met him 2 years ago, 2015.
Yeah.
At South Texas Comic-Con in here.
Amazing.
So it's nice that I get to meet you.
Yeah.
For what movie?
I was in a movie called Ribbit, which is an animated film with Sean Astin, Tim Curry, and Russell Peters. And actually, Sean Astin's daughter was in the movie as well.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, I just sent in an audition from Texas. I don't know how he got my info, but I'm glad he did. And I actually recorded all of my character in Dallas. And then a couple years later, when I had moved to LA, he said, we actually have to do some pickups. Would you be willing to come? And my session was right after Sean Astin's session, so we got to do some publicity pictures, and I met him. And I gave him a hard time for not letting me be a Hobbit in Lord of the Rings. I was like, I would have fit so well.
Yeah.
Why would you not give me that opportunity? But yeah, he's a lovely man, really, really talented, and very, very kind. As you know, as you met him.
And I love that movie. You know, it's very adorable. I'm not gonna spoil it, but the end, the close to the ending, I just love that part.
It's so cute. Yeah, it was a lot of fun to work on. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Yes.
I just met him at a con not too long ago. He's very nice.
He's
yeah.
super nice.
I got an autograph from my sister because she's super hardcore Lord of the Rings fan.
He's exactly what you would want from Star Wars.
Yeah.
You know? Does not let you down at all.
Other questions? Come on, guys. We're here for you. Yes.
What has been the most difficult, this is for both of you, what has been the most difficult thing you've had so far? Like the biggest challenge of recording Sailor Venus and Sailor Uranus?
The biggest challenge. I think I kind of mentioned this in my panel yesterday, but probably the biggest challenge for me was kind of getting over myself, I think, because I was, this show having an original dub cast and like some of the characters had several voices even before then. It's like super intimidating because people have their favorite like Sailor Moon or their favorite Sailor Uranus, or they like the old Sailor, I said Uranus but I meant Venus, but either way. So, you know, you're always going to have those people that are like, oh, well, you know, if they're not better than what I remember when I was a kid, then this sucks and I hate this and I don't want to watch it. And then they hate like everyone based off that. And it's unfair, but you know, it's a thing that happens because the first thing that you hear is going to usually be, it's the same case with subs and dubs. Like the first thing that you hear is usually going to be your canon voice for that character. So I was really intimidated by all of that and just like feeling like I was, you know, doing the character justice, because Uranus is the deepest character I've ever had to voice, and my voice sounds kind of naturally deep right now because I'm kind of under the weather, but even more so than yesterday. But I at first was like, can I even like do this? Like, is this a thing I can sustain? And And we ended up, making it work, and we watched an episode.
Is it
of
challenging on your voice at all? Because it sounds so natural. And
Oh,
it
does
sounds
it?
so
Oh,
smooth.
thank you.
Like I was amazed. The first time I met you was when we did La La Loopsy Girls.
Oh, yeah, that's
And your voice was so high.
Yeah.
And so when I heard you in Sailor Moon, I was like, man, she's got a range. Like that doesn't even sound like she's struggling or pushing at all.
Wow.
It sounds so smooth.
I mean, that's probably just, it comes with the whole, like, you're your own worst critic thing, because I was always like, oh man, is this even deep enough? Does this
No,
sound
it
real?
sounds awesome.
Thank you, that's so sweet.
Yeah, I was like, man, Erica's got like a range because her character in La La Loopsy Girls is so high.
It's probably the highest I can go.
Is it really?
Yeah.
So those are my first two experiences of you, were the highest part of your
Yes.
voice and the lowest part of your voice.
And then Yuki.
Yeah.
But, yeah, those are probably the hardest for me.
Okay. I think my biggest challenge of Sailor Venus was the exact same situation of getting over the insecurity of like when you show up at a convention, are people going to like throw food at you? And everybody's been very, very supportive, which I should have known from Sailor Moon, that it's such a lovely, loving show, that the fans that love that show are obviously going to be the kind of very supportive, loving fans. And so I think my first experience when we announced us at Sailor Moon Day a few years ago, it was so surreal, and it almost felt like we were just playing, that we were pretending to be these characters. And it took me a full year and a half to go, okay, I really am Sailor Venus. This is not going to be taken away. This is not a joke. This is real. And so yeah, it was very difficult for me to find, as it is any time that I've taken a character that's been played by another actor. Because I remember when I would watch shows as a kid and the voice actors would change or the animation would change, it would take me a few episodes to kind of understand this is the direction the show is going in. And as a kid, it was like you'd go, well, this isn't what I know. But for that, I would watch the Japanese. I would watch all of the other, incarnations of Sailor Venus and see what they had, what was the similarity in how they affected me. What was the common inspiration that I got from all three characters. And then I just built off of that. And I think probably the most comforting thing was the director and the producer saying the Japanese production team for Sailor Moon chose all of you. You were all handpicked. Yeah. And so any insecurity that I had kind of went away, because I was like, you know what, if they signed off on this, then they heard something that I don't know I have, which I was like, is kind of like Sailor Moon. We've been chosen, and we don't know what they heard, but I guess we just have that essence that we have to keep reminding ourselves is in us. So that's been probably my biggest challenge. People said, was it difficult working on Crystal versus Classic because there's a tone shift? And in the beginning it was hard kind of keeping those two separate, but now I just feel like it was such a gift to be able to create a broader scope of this character and kind of peel back more layers and find out where Venus lives in each of those two worlds of the series. So that was really fun once I kind of figured out where we were going with it. And you'll get to do Crystal soon?
I have
Maybe.
no idea. I hope. There's been nothing confirmed yet, but I feel like since it seems like they're doing everything, it might happen at some point. I'm hoping. 'Cause it looks like I didn't watch too much of the first two seasons of Crystal, but I did see a little bit of season 3 because, Uranus and Neptune show up in it, and it looks so much better, and just